Are you looking to grow and get to the next level of your HR career? So, I have interacted with many professionals, HR professionals, in the last 10 years. And I would say, based on my experience, there are two approaches that I see HR professionals taking. The first approach is where these HR professionals, they do a very good job, they do a splendid job within the organization, but they sit there hoping for the best, hoping that things will happen and that they'll naturally get to the next level. Well, years that used to work. However, nowadays it doesn't work because the world has become very competitive. The professional world has become very competitive. Every day, new HR professionals are being churned out. And just to remind you, myself, my background, I didn't start as a HR professional. I started as an accountant, but then I made a transition to be a HR practitioner, and this is where I feel at home. So, strategy number one is just doing a good job and hoping for the best. And as we know, hope has never been a good strategy. The second strategy, or the opposite of you hoping, is where you become more proactive. You demonstrate initiative in terms of taking charge of your career. And one way to take charge of your career is to look at your networks, look at your circles, and ask yourself, who can be there to support me for my career growth? Because as we say, no man or no woman is an island. We need other people to be able to develop and to be able to get to the next level. So in today's video, I'll share with you 4 people that you must have in your network if you're looking to get to the next level. And this is based on my experience. This is what I've seen the professionals who are becoming HRBPs, who are becoming HR managers, who are earning even above average salaries. This is what they do. The first person you need to have on board is a sponsor. And I know when you talk about sponsors in Kenya, the term has various connotations, various meanings. But here I'm talking about, a godmother or even a godfather. Someone in your current organization who will speak on your behalf, someone who you have their support, and they'll be able to speak on your behalf during the tough times. In the boardroom, do you have someone who supports you? Do you have a director who believes in you? Do you have a director you can go and talk to? If there are issues you want to handled in the workplace. Because if you don't have someone supporting you, then it will be very hard for you to carry out your HR duties. And we know how sensitive HR is, because you're dealing with people. You have to impress the directors, the employer, and leaders at the same time balancing the relationship with the employees. So for you really to balance well, you must have someone, a sponsor who stands for you, who believes in you, who represents you during those board meetings. And sometimes when the going gets tough, they can also hold your hand and ensure that you don't sink, so to speak. The second person you need to have on board is what I call a mentor stroke a coach. And the way to look at it is, look at where you want to be the next 1 year or 5 years in your career, and you ask yourself, who has taken a similar journey, who's had a similar journey, and then ask them whether they can be your mentor or a coach. Because the work of a mentor or a coach is we learn from their successes as well as their mistakes, so that you don't repeat the same. For example, if you're currently a HR officer and you're looking at heading, being a HR manager one day or being a HRBP, connect with a senior HR professional and ask them, what did it take for you to be where you are? If you're a lady, how did you juggle between motherhood and career? If it's someone who's working for a parastatal or government and that's where you aspire to be, you can ask them, what does it take to work as a HR director in a government institution? Because the dynamics are different. If you want to transition from one industry to another, let's say you're working in the private sector and you've always wanted to work for an NGO, ask yourself, who did I have in my HR class, and now I know they're working for an NGO, and at a senior level, and they can be able to offer me a helping hand. So I know you'll ask me, Paminas, where do I get a mentor or a coach? And I would say the first starting point is obviously getting out there, go for events. If IHRM has called for an event, attend those events. Don't look at them as a waste of money and time, because that's the way you connect with other people. And also, sometimes the people we want them to be our mentor or coach, they may not be available. So don't give up, because also remember, you're not going to pay someone to be your mentor or coach. So you have to be a little bit persistent. And when people see that you really mean business, they'll tell you, okay, I can meet you twice, maybe a month, or we can agree to meet once every month, and I'll be able to support you the next 2 or 3 months. So you need to have a mentor or a coach if you're going to succeed in your HR career. The third person you need to have on board is us, the recruiters, the headhunters. Why? Because we are the gatekeepers, and I know some of you use consultants such as corporate staffing services here to recruit on your behalf. So it goes without saying, establish personal relationship with recruiters, with headhunters. The reason being, if you're looking to move, if you're looking for another job, they'll bring these opportunities to you. I remember of this candidate, and I've known them for 10 years. And within those 10 years, they've changed employers 3 times. And we've helped this person change. The 3 times they've changed, 2 times is because the opportunity has come from us. It's us who've supported them, because we know who they are, we know their skill set, we know the kind of industries they would thrive in. So connect with a recruiter. For example, here at Corporate Staffing Services, we don't charge you any fee. You can just step into our office, get to discuss with us, get to find out who do we recruit for, and how we can be able to partner in your career journey. The other role of a recruiter is they can be able to help you to package yourself. I know every day, on a daily basis, we interview candidates, we review CVs, as HR professionals. But are you presenting yourself the right way, you yourself? We have this Kiswahili proverb that says, Mganga hajigangi. So at times I receive CVs from HR practitioners, and I look at it and I wonder, surely, I know this person can do more. I know this person has so much more to offer, but look at the way they are communicating themselves. And remember, we know how competitive the job market is. So also having a chat with a recruiter where they can be able to tell you, this is how to package yourself, and even this is the market rate when it comes to salaries. The last person, as I conclude, is you need to have a trusted professional friend. And what is the role of this trusted professional friend? This is the person who will tell you exactly as it is. When you're messing up, they'll tell you, guess what, Paminas, you shouldn't have done this. They give you the brutal truth. You've heard of this word, tough love. They'll be able to give you the tough love. So sometimes as HR professionals, our bosses will tell you the things that they believe you want to hear. Same case with the employees. They may not be telling us the truth. So when you have someone who can tell you as it is, then they'll prevent you from making mistakes, or they'll also prevent you from feeling all this big, because you can say a HR job, it's a pretty influential position. So the way I look at it, a trusted professional friend, this is the person who will keep you in check. When your ego becomes bloated, because you're HR manager, they'll tell you relax. Or they can also tell you, hey, guess what? You need to go for this course. You need to upgrade. And they don't sugarcoat things. Basically, that's what I mean. So myself, my career journey as a HR professional, I've seen having these 4 people has really made a difference in my career. Have a mentor or a coach. A mentor you'll get for free. A coach, sometimes you have to pay them. Get a sponsor, godfather or mother. Make sure you keep in touch with the headhunters, with the recruiters, get to know how the market is now and then. And lastly, have this trusted professional who can keep things private, who can keep them confidential, but the most important thing is they can give you feedback as it is. So there you have it. If you're looking to build your HR network, if you're looking to progress in your career, if you want information on how you can be able to package yourself, this channel, it's all about you. So please subscribe. And if you feel that there's a HR colleague there who might benefit from this video, why don't you share with them? And I look forward to seeing you next week.